What up, VC? Kieran here, Needle Groove, coming to you on the road. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know I've been traveling around a bit, popping into record stores when I can. I was in San Diego last week, and I'm in Arizona now. A little trip with my girlfriend, visiting friends and family. Today is the first day that, and only that, I'm able to get off on my own, hit up a couple shops. I did a bunch of shops in Phoenix area yesterday. I'm doing a few more today, so I figured I'd just do a little documentation since I'm alone and not dragging my girlfriend around with me. So I'm about to hit up Uncle Aldo's attic. I did a bit of research online. I don't think I have high expectations based on what I read on this, but yesterday I was surprised too by some shops. So we'll see what I find out. I already have quite a big stack of records that I need to bring home on the plane, so I'm not going to be picking up too much, but we'll see if I can give you a little update as I go along here. We'll see how many shops I get to. I'm hoping to hit, I can't remember how many I had left on the list, but maybe 5 shops today. Okay, heading in. I'll be back. Peace. Okay, what up, VC? I'm back. Finished in Uncle Aldo's Records. Was in there maybe about an hour. Pretty good shop, small shop, lots of stuff to dig through. In the jazz crates, like in this section, mostly older jazz. Didn't find anything. A lot of new arrivals, little new arrival section, but then a lot of boxes hanging around. They just doesn't have room to file away. So actually there was one record I found while digging, and then at the end he's like, oh, I have a couple other boxes that nicer stuff that I took off the floor for record store day. Super small shop, but he did have some record store day new stuff, but that was the only new stuff in the shop pretty much. Anyway, so I'll just show you quickly what I got. I got to blast this AC quickly because it is hot. So I was really happy. I got 4 records. Really, you know, I was almost thinking that I was gonna leave there with nothing. There was one record I wanted, like I said, that I found while digging, but I was like, I don't know if he'll give me a deal on it. Anyway, he ended up giving me a little deal on the 4 records, so I got all 4. So here we go. Bohannon, Stop and Go, one that I never see. Killer Funk record. I think this was recommended by Van back in the day. I've never been able to find it, which means I've been searching for it for a long time, although I have seen another copy on this trip, and I think maybe once previously while I was in another city, but always trashed. Alain Toussaint, Life, Love, and Faith. Some meters, the backing band here. Some New Orleans funk, soul. Hugh Mundell, I think this is his last record before he died. I think he was killed, sadly. This is from 1983. Sampled it quickly, sounded good. And Junie, Susie, Super Groupie. So yeah, they're in like decent shape. I would say like all, you know, either VG plush-ish, depends how you look at it. You know, some cut sleeves, but gave me a little deal. I would say prices overall in that shop were, I kind of tend to think everything's on the high end. The cheaper stuff was fairly priced. His higher end stuff, I get it. You want to get stuff for it. I found the bit high. There was a Visitor's record, The Rebirth, for $80, which I don't know. I didn't look it up. I don't know if it seemed really high to me. And then there was a Charles Elan live at the Lighthouse for $60. So some nice records, not like tons of rare stuff, but overall a really good shop. One that I almost wasn't gonna kind of come to because it was on my map where I was going. It was a bit further out of the way, but honestly, this is my favorite shot probably I've been to on this trip, one of, in the sense that the guy was really nice guy, chatty, friendly. So highly recommend a stop if ever you are in town. So it's Uncle Aldo's attic. He is not Aldo, that is his uncle, and I can't remember what he told me his name is. It's not a common name. Jesse, something like that. Anyway, had fun. Uncle Aldo's attic. Now off to the next stop. I'll be back. Peace. Okay, just pulled up to Zia Records. There are, I believe, 5 Zia Records in the Phoenix area. I I went to 2 yesterday. They were both great shops. I didn't have much expectations. I didn't have high expectations because, you know, chain, I kind of associate that with Sunrise in Canada, which is just kind of like, I expected just new records. Both locations I went to yesterday had good selections of used. Bought something at both of them. So I had high expectations. When I got home yesterday, I was like, oh, I want to go check out the other Zia Records. I just hit up Uncle Aldo's attic, and he was surprised that I found anything. Thought that maybe these locations out in this area wouldn't have much, maybe a bit further from Phoenix, but he was also surprised that the other ones had them. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna see what I find, and I'll check back in after. Okay, so checked out the Zia Records. Hopped in the car, and now I'm just parked at Record High. Little detour because this closes sooner, although a previous shop owner told me that sometimes they don't even open. Anyway, so Zia Records, definitely less than the other 2 Zia Records, but still, you know, way less used stuff, but a huge store. It's like not just a record store. They have CDs, DVDs, crap, but still spent a decent amount of time there. What I noticed in a lot of the shops in Arizona is like there's like little pockets of like, not just in the sections and new arrivals. It's like new arrivals jazz here, new arrivals jazz there, no new clearance jazz. Like it's just like little pockets of records everywhere in every shop I've been to, particularly these Zia Records. But anyway, a few nice things that I didn't get or that I had, but I did grab this Claire Fisher Great White Hope. And his Japanese friend, so solo piano or solo organ and Fender Rhodes on Revelation Records. There was a King Tubby but that I was interested in, but just not sure enough about the pressings on those. Even on Discogs, they're like unknown, and they had 2 copies of Joe Pass Guitar Interludes, the late 70s press, which is dope, but I already have that. And they also, as a third copy of that I see, second and third copy that I've seen in on this trip, having never seen one in person before. Anyway, so super pumped about that Claire Fisher find. I know it's been recommended before, and let me go check out what Record High has to offer. Okay, so just came out of Record High. Very, very good store. Small, but really neat and tidy. Everything's in nice sleeves for the most part. Even the inner sleeves have all been replaced, and in like nice plastic inner sleeves. Records behind. Really impressed. Probably the best selection. Nothing crazy. Their like collectible jazz section was all audiophile jazz, a lot of sealed, you know, Music Matters, Adelong Productions, or like brand new looking, that were, you know, that's not what I collect. I don't consider it necessarily collectible, even though maybe they are now. In terms of the jazz section, really nice, you know, no free jazz, nothing more straight ahead. All over the West Coast here, I haven't seen any like more out there stuff, and I'm not looking for like heavy free jazz, but you know, some modal, post pop. Anyway, there was a few nice records that I already had, I left behind. I did buy a double of this record that I really love. and it's not an expensive record, but I don't see it often, so I grabbed it. Chico Freeman, The Search, which I shouldn't be doing since space is an issue, me carrying these records home. I didn't get anything fancy or expensive at this store. There was no wall of crazy stuff either, but there was a really nice selection, like I said. I grabbed this because it was really clean and I didn't have this. Feels weird to be like having to be picky on which records I buy, and I'm buying a CTI George Benson record. I'm also really tired, so my decision making was, I was just like, I don't know what I want. But I grabbed this because it's super clean. I think it's a nice record. This too is like, some of it sounds really nice, some of it sounds a little smooth, but anyway, I'd added it at some point to my want list. Someone must have showed it or spoken about it. Moacir Santos, Carnival of the Spirits. And I grabbed this, which I knew nothing about in terms of the album itself, but Fontelabas Free, just a really clean copy of this, 1972 on Paula Records. Figured I'd give it a try. So just a small little grip there from Record High, but honestly, today's record stores, the Record High and Aldo's Uncle Aldo's Attic, killer stores, small but just really enjoyable, nice people. Can't recommend highly enough, really. So yeah, I'm maybe off to another store, but I'm pretty dead. We'll see how I feel once I get rolling here. Okay, just popped into Ghost of East Side Records, also known as Double Nickels Collective. So I can't remember his name. Someone who watches me here on YouTube suggested I go to Double's Nickel Collective, and I thought it was a little weird because it didn't pop up on my radar, but turns out Ghost of East Side Records, which was on my list, same thing. Maybe they changed their name, not really sure what the story is. My phone is dying, and yeah, anyway, completely different shop from Record High. Like old tatty sleeves, a lot of records in rough shape. Guys were super nice, friendly. We were just kind of got on to talking, and they were saying how like anything good, like the nicer records sell right away, which is pretty common. So it's actually pretty surprised to see some of the records I saw in Record High, but I didn't buy anything here. I think it's the two shops yesterday I went to, I didn't buy anything. So a third shop out of I don't know how many between San Diego and here that I don't buy anything. But nice guys, completely opposite in the sense that it's like old tatty plastic sleeves, really messy, stunk like weed. Doesn't bother me, I love shops like that too. Just wasn't my day today, didn't find anything there. I have one more Zia Records to hit up, so I'm gonna head there now, and let's see if we have any luck. Turns out the Zia Record Exchange was like 500 meters away, so here I am walking up now, my 5th Zia Records in Arizona. Let's go. Okay, VC, that wraps up the day of digging. Struck out at the last Zia, which is fine by me. There was a couple things I could have got, but nothing essential, and I already have too many records. So as it turns out, best one of the day was the first one, so that works out that I grabbed a couple things there, and those were the best scores. You're never sure what you're gonna find when the first record store you find a bunch of good stuff. Sometimes you're like, crap, what's the rest of the day gonna hold? But I'm glad I pulled the trigger on what I did there, because that was the best spot of the day. Uncle Aldo's Attic, as well as Record High, highlights of the day. I'll be back with another video showing just all my finds from the trip once I get back. Hope everyone's well. Peace.